Welcome to the Wildwood Tiny House. Me and my husband got married in October and we had been renovating a camper. My name is Laura Joyner and this YouTube channel is going to be about my testimony and my camper and camper living and cooking and cleaning and organizing a tiny house, all good stuff, and reviews of things that I like to use in my life. It's gonna be great. Starting with my testimony, I got saved when I was like 4, so I asked Jesus into my life when I was 4. And then in 6th grade I kind of like rededicated my life. God is just so good. Through 6th grade it was awesome. I went to middle school, was homeschooled for 7th grade, which was cool. Went back to school in 8th grade because I wanted to tell people about Jesus. In 9th grade, I met my husband. I was 15 and we started dating when I was 15. It's a long story, but eventually we get married. We end up going to a revival in Florida. At the revival, people were getting healed and like slain in the spirit, and I had never seen anything like that before. So I was like really freaked out. I was like, what the heck is going on? What is this? Why are people on the floor? So I come up to get prayed for because the pastor said if you need healing, come up and get healing. And so I was like, okay. So I go up there. Nothing really happened at first. I was just asking the lady who was praying for me. I was like, what is going on? And she was like, they're just slain in the spirit. It's okay. Long story short, I come up to the pastor the next day because this is like a 3-day revival. And I come up to the pastor and I was about to say something and I was like, and then he just like grabs my face and goes, whew, and he blows on my face. And I was not expecting this. I didn't know this could happen. But what happened was I just fell backwards. There was nothing I could do about it. He didn't push me over. I just literally fell backwards and somebody caught me. I don't know who it was because I was just so, you don't even care what is going on around you because the Holy Spirit is all over you. When I fell over, it felt like a heavy blanket came over me and it was really warm, and it was just like this heavy blanket came and like laid me down. It was so cool. It was amazing. It was amazing. After that, I came up to the pastor after the revival with my boyfriend at the time, Nathan, who I'm married to now, and we were asking him like, what is this? Like, we've never seen anything like this. And he goes, okay, don't let me tell you anything unless I can show you in the Bible. I was like, okay, like, I'm keeping you to it. So he took me to 1 Corinthians 12 through 14, and he like showed me everywhere in there, like the gifts of the Spirit and the Holy Spirit. It was literally like I had read those chapters for the first time in my life, and I had read them many times before, but it never was, I felt like it was never applicable to me in my life because I've never seen anything like that, you know, like people getting healed. So many people got healed at the revival. It was crazy. One lady came out of her wheelchair and then I was like, okay, what is going on? But so he's like, okay. And this is before he baptized me in the Holy Spirit. He says, go home and read these chapters and then tomorrow you'll be baptized in the Holy Spirit. And I was like, okay. And I was like really scared and I was like praying about it, and I was like, I don't know if this is okay. Like, I'm scared that, like, I didn't want to fall down in front of everybody, you know. But then I went up there and I got baptized in the Holy Spirit and it was totally fine. And when I fell over, like, not everybody falls over, first of all, but I did. And when I fell over, like, everything else and everyone else disappears. Like, nothing else matters. You're just on the floor like, oh God, like, that is so cool. God is just amazing. Like, he just showed me, like, yes, I am here. I am in your life. It was just the most tangible feeling of God that I've ever had, and it was just really cool. We started going to the church, and it's called Revive Church. They have their church services online on YouTube, so if you want to go look it up, it's called Revive Church. We started going there because we're like, okay, this is great. Their goal is marrying the Word and the Spirit. So not just the Bible all the time. The Bible is awesome, yes, but we also need the Holy Spirit. And not just the Holy Spirit all the time. That's it. Like, we need the Bible too. So he brings them together. So he marries the Word and the Spirit. It's just awesome. So when you get that, you're not going willy-nilly in the Spirit, and then you're not being legalistic in the Bible. It's in the middle, you know? We have a whole church family there, and we love everybody there, and it's great. So then, in 2018, January 16th, which is my birthday, my boyfriend proposed to me, and it was the sweetest thing ever. I was not expecting it at all. I was saying, God, I really just want to be ignorant. Like, make me ignorant, make me not expect him to propose to me, and he totally did it. Like, I had no idea. And, like, there were so many signs that I could have picked up on, but I didn't. I was so, like, la la la. We were engaged from January 16th to October 20th, our wedding day. And it was awesome. We had a wedding in a garden. It was really pretty. So before we got married, I think it was, 2 months before we got married, in August, our young adults pastor and his family lived in a camper. And so they were selling their camper because they're planning on moving into a house. I was like, yeah, because we had nowhere to live, and I'm like, we're getting married, where are we gonna live? Like, we don't want to live with our parents. That's a little awkward. I was like, oh my gosh, I'll buy it. So we buy the camper. This is the camper. This is it. Everything looks like how a camper would usually look. It's dingy, carpet valances on the windows. I was like, no, we're not doing that. The first weekend we had it, me and my sister-in-law came in and ripped up the carpet, ripped up the floors, ripped off the window valances. We totally did a demolition in this place. It was crazy. So, and on that same weekend, my fiance and his friends were out having fun in Georgia. When he came back, he was like, what did you do? So we painted, took out an entertainment center that was in the middle of the place. We put new floors in, ripped up the old floors. The old floors were like literally paper, and it was just plywood underneath, so we just put in new floors. And I'll totally do like a tour of our Wildwood tiny house. I like to call it a tiny house, not a camper. So that's my story, and now me and my husband are just having fun in the Wildwood tiny house life, and it's great. And we're gonna do so many videos on the camper life, tiny living, how to organize in a tiny house. Is gonna be great, so stay tuned. Bye guys.